Hey everyone, it's Jay, and welcome to another episode of Journey Vision. In this episode, I'm going to be doing an in-depth review of my ARB 2500 by 2500 awning and the deluxe room. I've been using the solution for about 2 years now, and it's been a game changer for my van life. Let's see about yours. When I first built out my van, I purchased the ARB 2000 by 2500 awning, which is roughly 6.5 feet wide by 8 feet long. And after using that for a couple years, I decided to get the deluxe room and then also go with the bigger awning. So this one is the 2500 by 2500 ARB awning, about 8 feet by 8 feet. I'm really glad I made the upgrade. It makes a big difference. While I was in the process of my van build, I was driving to work and I saw a Toyota 4x4 with the same awning and these particular brackets. One day I saw him at his truck and I stopped and asked him where he got these brackets from. He told me the company. It's called Bomb Proof. They're a small 4x4 manufacturer out of Montana. I was able to order these brackets for about $250. So they were very expensive, but in the end they were worth it. They're extremely durable, they're extremely tough. Unfortunately, I don't think they're in business anymore. I tried to find their website, I tried to find some links to these brackets, and I wasn't able to find anything. But I will share some links to some other bracket solutions that are available that I've seen other people have success with. Now, these particular brackets mount to my Thule roof rack. So those mount to my factory rails using this system. And then with this Thule roof bar system, I'm able to attach my solar panel, my roof box, and then of course a very secure mount for this awning. So when I'm choosing a campsite and plan on setting up my awning and deluxe room, I'm really looking for a campsite that offers a nice flat surface, something that's easily clearable of rocks and debris. I don't want to be chopping down any trees or bushes. That's not my style. So this site is great. I had to clear a lot of rocks to get it ready though. Some of the tools I use to do that is this deluxe rake. I don't know where you can find this. I had a friend give it to me, but if I can find the link, I'll share it. And then this little tiny angle broom that I use to sweep rocks and sweep out the deluxe room that I'll show you later. Now that I have a nice clear site to set up the awning and deluxe room, I'm ready to get started. Now, one of the things you want to make sure is there's no big gusts of wind in the forecast. Now that we have a fairly nice day, there's just a really light breeze. Let's go ahead and get this thing set up. One of the things I want to mention is I've already taken the time to pound in all the stakes. I've already had this set up. I took it down a couple days ago due to a windstorm. Let's get started. It really helped that I had the stakes in already. Trust me, it was a pain in the butt to pound all those in. But now that it's done, you can see how easy it is to actually set up the awning. It helps that I'm 6'2", but at the end of the day, it's fairly easy to set up as long as there's no wind. Now, I'm running 2 guy lines. The awning actually only comes with 1, but the deluxe room came with another set of guidelines, so I decided to double down and use 2 guy lines on the corner of this awning just to give it a extra security. This thing right here, this actually comes with the deluxe room. This is what hangs up the front of the deluxe room. These Velcro tabs are really important. I've seen people not use these. One of the reasons my awning got damaged in the windstorm is these were not attached. A gust of wind came up and got between the roof of the room and literally pulled this up and bent this whole tube. I was able to bend the tube back and continue using the awning. This frame structure uses these inner locking tubes. You just twist to lock. Another set of twist to lock on the down tube. And then at the feet of the down tube, there is a set of pegs. You want to stake these down. The tubes store nicely inside of this aluminum housing. And same for the front tubes. They pop in this housing right here. The awning is constructed of a very durable canvas material. I've really abused it and it's held up well. And it comes with this light strip. Actually, not a light strip, just a place to put a light strip. I think the awnings they're selling now do come with the actual light strip, but I have some other lights that I'm using underneath this awning. Just the awning alone is a great solution, and I've been very happy with it. It's been extremely durable. It's put up with a lot of abuse and offers a lot of shade. It's not doing that right now just with the position of the sun, but once I get my deluxe room up, that all changes. Something I want to point out that is very important is if it is raining, it's really critical that you drop a corner of this awning. And the reason why is if the awning is flat, the water is just going to pool up on top. It's going to create a big bubble and stretch out your canvas. You do not want that. So a really easy solution is just to drop a corner and all the water is going to run off and drain off right here. Let's talk about the deluxe room system. So when I used the awning for a couple years and really fell in love with it, I had debated for a long time whether deluxe room was going to be the right fit for me or not. I gave it a lot of thought, and the deciding factor is I finally figured out a good place to store it. So as you can see, this is not a small package. It's about 28 inches long by 13 inches wide. And what I decided to do was store it in the empty cavity in front of the passenger seat. And once I figured that out and realized that I had that space to store it, it was a game changer. So let's go ahead and get this sucker set up. So there you guys have it. It wasn't too bad to set up. It's definitely easier to set up than the awning itself, and I think one person can definitely do it. It's really important to try to get the floor as tight as possible and as flat as possible. So the deluxe room comes with this little storage thing here. I use it all the time. I really enjoy it, and you can buy another one on their website. There's these little holes here. You can run wires through there, whatever you need to, some kind of hose. Over here is a split panel which can be configured a couple different ways. The main panel, which is huge, and that can also be configured in a couple different ways. And then of course the other side panel. There's these hooks that you can hang lights from, and there you have it. A very huge space. I'm able to stand up. There you go, you can see. Let me stand perfectly straight up. And I am able to walk tall and really enjoy this space and expand my minivan living conditions. So this is fully enclosed. This is what it looks like when all the panels are closed up, which works great for bad weather. If it's cold and I'm cooking in here, it'll warm up nicely. The space would not be too hard to heat with the small propane heater. This is the setup for the screen room. So you can pretty much have 3 panels of screen. One thing I want to point out is this panel that connects the sliding door to my minivan. There is a gap, so it doesn't completely seal. Now, if you want 100% bug protection, this needs to be closed. I'll give you a look at the outside. One of the nice things, and it took me a while to figure this out, there's actually 2 ways to roll up the panels. This is a full roll up over here, and then you can do a half roll up on this side. And you can see there's these tabs on the corners, and you can hang them on. These little buttons work great. They're also very durable. Never had any problems with these tabs. And then here's a look at it fully rolled up. And the fully open configuration. So all the panels are stowed away and all the breeze can come in and out. You can open and close them depending on where the sun's at or where the wind's at, and really do a combination of any of these ways that I've showed you how to use this deluxe room. Now here it is. This is how I'm setting it up to get in and out of my van. I've been using it this way for about 2 years. And it works great. I can actually open and close the sliding door. It may not be the best for it, but it has been holding up. And there you go, voila. When I purchased my ARB deluxe room, I wanted to use it for lounging and cooking outdoors. It works really, really good for that application. I have never slept in this, and I would not recommend sleeping in it. I will get to more of that in the pros and cons at the end of the video. Here's my cook setup. Room for a table at the end down there. My Nemo Stargazer chair. And then this footstool that gets used for a lot of different things. Here's a great shot of the deluxe room in action. It's how I've been using it primarily at this campsite, and really shows the versatility of this shelter. This main front panel can be attached to the guy out. I use these little mini bungee cords I got from Harbor Freight, and it does great. It holds up in the wind and really offers a lot of shade and airflow throughout the day. One thing I do want to point out is when this thing is set up and anchored in with its stakes, I'm unable to open this passenger door. I can open a little bit, but it's going to stop I am able to disconnect this stake in the corner and slide the floor forward if I do need to get in this room, but it is a little inconvenient. I have used this side room heavily over the past 2 years, and as a full-time minivan dweller, I put it through its trials and tribulations. Now, it's not for everything. There's definitely some pros and cons. So one of my favorite things about the deluxe room, and as I showed you in the video, it's very versatile. There's a lot of different ways to set it up, and depending on the weather and depending on the insect pressure, you can really configure it to make your living much better outdoors. One of the things I learned in my first couple years of van life is staying stuck inside here 24/7 in bad weather or high bug pressure is not a lot of fun. So I wanted to expand my living space. It's been a game changer for me, and I think I made the right decision. It's very durable. It's very well built. ARB is a 4x4 accessories company, so they know what they're doing. They're very popular. They're very reputable, and their products are built to last. So let's go ahead and talk about some of the cons with this side room. First off, it's expensive. ARB products are not cheap, and this particular side room and awning is going for a lot on Amazon right now. When I first bought it, prices were fairly reasonable, but just in the past couple of years, prices have skyrocketed on this particular awning and this particular side room, more so with the awning. Another issue for me was figuring out a mounting solution. With the brackets that ARB sells, I would have had to drill holes into my roof bar system. I didn't want to do that. So when I found those bomb-proof brackets that I showed you earlier in the video, they worked out great. However, they were very expensive. They almost cost as much as the awning, and you can no longer get them. There are other mounting solutions out there. I'll try to put some links in the description below, and you can take a look and see if any of those are going to work for you. A concern, and this can be a concern for a lot of people, is you are not able to drive away when this room is set up. It's fixed to your van, it's attached to your roof rack, and in order for me to drive into town, get some resupplies, I need to take everything down, pack it up, and take care of business. So for me, I do a lot of extended boondocking, so I'll leave it set up for a long time, and in that regard, it's been working out great. Do need to be very, very careful in high winds, and certainly don't set it up when there's gusts going on. Also, it does fairly poorly in the rain. So where all the zippers conjoin on the side panels, there's literally 3 zippers that meet up, it will leak through that particular point and create puddles on the bottom of the floor. So in that regard, I wouldn't feel comfortable sleeping in there. You could, but I think there's way better solutions for sleeping, like a dome tent. For me, I'm using it to cook and lounge in, and it's been beyond perfect for that. So there you have it, guys. I tried to give as much detail as I could and be as thorough as possible. There's some other videos out there on this awning and side room solution. None of them ever seem to answer all my questions, so I hope this one does. If it doesn't, please leave me a comment below and I'll do what I can to answer for you. And for those of that have hung out to the end of the video, I'm going to play a little clip here of me taking down the shelter.